Hey, I'm JC Warbeck.
And I'm Clarissa Scheidel. We
We're
are the founders of Three Putt Golf Co.
As avid golfers, we could never find ladies' golf clothing that was comfortable and stylish.
So we decided to create our own brand that is fashionable, comfortable, and size inclusive up to 3X.
Each three-putt piece is uniquely ours. Check out our collection at threeputtgolfco.ca or visit our socials under Three Putt Golf Co.
And remember, 3 putts build character.
Hello and welcome to the Unexpected Journeys podcast. I'm your host, Stacey Comer. This podcast is where we talk to people with interesting stories about unexpected journeys in their life and really just interesting stories in general. And my guest today has such an interesting story. Sharon Pahtayken is joining me today from the Onion Lake Cree Nation. Sharon, thanks for speaking with me today.
I was surprised to get a message, and I'm ready.
Well, Sharon, you are a world champion pool player. You just won some awards. Congratulations on your recent win in Vegas, the Charlie Awards. But
Yes.
I want to start by talking about how you got into playing pool. How did this become a thing for you?
Okay. So I'll go back to a question that you had sent me, like how'd you get interested in pool and what inspired you? So I'll go back to that question.
Okay.
There was, to be honest, I was never interested in pool. I was kind of coerced into playing a game of pool with my ex-boyfriend, right? We went to a bar and we loved the two-step. And then he's like, "You want to play doubles with me on this pool match?" I'm like, "No." I'm like, "No, I don't even know how to hold a cue, much less, do whatever pool game entails." And so I've never picked up a pool cue. Even I know a lot of the pool players that I know, they kind of grew up in pool halls and stuff like that. They've gone with their dads or whoever to the pool hall to play. And I never stepped foot in a pool hall. And then, so, like, to be honest, I was never interested in pool. But, as you start to achieve and exceed with real, you go to these tournaments and then you catch the bug, almost like you catch something that interests you. And then I just went full on playing.
So how long now then has it been, Sharon, that you've been playing? And what type of pool is it that you play?
I play both. My preference is 8-ball and 9-ball.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever played snooker. And those are the very big tables. And that's where the old guys like to play golf, pool, or something like that, right? So my preference is 8-ball and 9-ball. And so I've been going to Vegas for the past 18 times, not consecutively.
Yep.
Yeah. So I started playing pool when I was about 27, actually.
Okay.
And yes, and I moved to Prince Albert with my kids, and I started playing from there. I lived there for a few years, and there was some ladies that just liked the way I was playing, and I just did it for fun, right?
Yeah.
Never really knowing that you can actually go to play on a league, and actually go to Las Vegas and go play in this. And even though it's a world event, but it's an amateur event.
Okay.
So I'm nowhere close to being a professional. You see all the professionals on YouTube and all that. They have these real big tournaments all over the world, and the professionals. So I've actually met quite a few of them. Just when they have an event in Las Vegas in February, which I don't stop attending because I play in a different league and we go in May. So the professionals have their own event at the same time with the amateurs. So it's really great to just run into professional, while you're walking, and you can actually go sit into the event center and watch them on live stream, YouTube, whatever, live streaming. And it's really amazing to see them. They're very they're very good. I look up to a lot of them, especially my favorite is Jasmine Ocean, and
Okay.
I believe she's from Austria. So they've
Oh,
got big tournaments come that are playing right now, and she's there, and she's my favorite. Yeah.
well, and Sharon, you seem like you're really humble about all of this, but clearly you've won enough times I can say you're a really good pool player. So
Yes.
when did you realize that you were good at playing pool?
I think I realized. So when I moved to Prince Albert, it was probably I've been playing pool just for about a couple years, and so these ladies introduced me to the league, and I'm like, a league? You can play in a league? And so, hey, yeah, and you can go to Las Vegas. Las Vegas, I just didn't, I was so clueless about stuff like that, right? I just kind of starting to enjoy playing pool. And then they're like, you're a pretty good shot. You should play in a league. And then I ended up meeting with some other friends that were interested. They said, let's team up. I said, sure, let's do that.
Mm-hmm.
So my very first year, and I swear, my very first year playing league at a pool hall, and we do this for 26 weeks. Every Tuesday or Wednesday or whatever week it is, everything is scheduled. So they told me if you put in it's 26 weeks consecutively, and it's usually in the winter time. So I did. All you need is 12 weeks. You can be an amateur pool player and go play in Vegas.
Wow.
Yes, it's very easy, quite easy. Yes. So I always thought it was like it's only for the best pool players that get the babies and all that. And that's what I thought. But you actually can go. So the very first year in playing in league, I was third highest point leader in the female, and I won a trip to Las Vegas. That is what really actually opened up my eyes about it, right? Like,
Yep.
wow, you can actually go to and I've never been to the States that time. So they paid for my singles fee. I was able to jump on a ladies team. That time, another ladies team was going, so they asked me if I can play. And so that was my first experience. And that was probably I'm going to say it's 2000. So that was like 26 years ago was my first experience in Las Vegas. Yes.
Well, and tell me about these Charlie Awards that you recently won, Sharon.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
So
then
what are the Charlie Awards, and then what did you win this past time for?
Yeah. So I did my league. I played league in Lloydminster, and I have my team, my mixed team, and so we are sanctioned out of Edmonton. It's called Walmac, right? So Walmac brought tables over to Lloydminster, and we were able to do 26 weeks of league play. And then with my mixed team, I got my 12 weeks. Like I said, how you qualify to go play in Vegas. And then I have these amazing female pool players from Edmonton that I've befriended, and we played teams in so many events. And there's a really big tournament that happens in Edmonton at the River Cree, and it's called the Westerns, and that happens in February. So it's like a little mini Vegas, right?
Okay.
Because we have so many pool players that come in and play teams, singles, and all that. So I am fortunate enough to comprise a really good team each time, and we place really good. So what was the question again?
The Charlie Awards. What exactly? Yeah.
Okay.
And do you have one of those awards with you? I think you said you had an award with you. Can you show it to us for those who are watching the video version of the podcast?
Yes.
That's a big award. Congratulations. That's awesome.
Yes. So
amazing.
this is what they call the Charlie trophies in Las Vegas.
Okay.
They're quite heavy, and they're beautiful.
Yeah.
So I'm especially proud of this one because this is I won first place in the singles event, and this is for the 9-ball, and I won this 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is my favorite because this is first place, right?
Yeah,
So
that's amazing.
yes. So with that being said, uh, we we drove down to Las Vegas this past last month, and we were there for 10 days. And the format is you play once you get there, you play the 9 ball event. Um, and then I won that, but I didn't win it in the regular division. I won it this is my first time playing in the classics, which is
Okay.
55 years and older. So I played in that and I ended up winning that. So then the next day was Scotch doubles. Me and my partner, and we ended up taking third place. And we didn't even finish our matches. We had to kind of postpone until Monday for the final four to play
Okay.
because the next day, right after that, was 8 ball.
Oh.
And in 8 ball, yeah, in 8 ball. So in 8 ball, I managed to take second, but it was more or less not in the, it's kind of like a redemption division, right?
Okay.
Because if you play the A side and you get beat on the B side, you have this other option that you can be placed in a redemption tournament, and actually redemption and sportsman. But I won it on a sportsman division, so I played against a really good player for 8 ball, and I ended up taking second, and she took the first. And then the most exciting part of the Las Vegas is the following 2 days after that was Tuesday, where all the teams come together and it's so packed and it's so much fun because you get to play with your teammates, right?
Yeah.
And then from there, we were in a very top division because according to when you're a pool player, an amateur, you get to get rated, right? With all the tournaments that you play, and it's submitted by tournament directors and all that, and all these tournaments that we do play across Canada. And you get a CSR rating and a Fargo rating. So, it's based on your points, where you are placed in Las Vegas in that event, right? And so that's how it's based on where they put you in the divisions in Las
Okay.
Vegas. Yeah. So with there, my team went into the top division because of our CSR were high, and then we ended up going to the redemption tournament, and we ended up taking that first place.
Well, and I
Yeah.
saw too, Sharon, you recently posted something about an all-star team. So what does that mean?
So the all-star team is like you're not really it's just recognition actually. The all-star team is because of all the Charlies that I won, and it's mostly based on first place, first place.
Mhm.
So the all-star team is so after we play teams and they have the banquet, and at the banquet they do call up people. Unfortunately I wasn't there. We were already driving back.
Oh.
Yeah, so on that last day, people were called up to, I think they just received a letter, I believe.
Okay.
And I did get an email, and they're going to send me my letter of recognition, my achievement, I guess, and also a jacket.
Oh.
So what happens is the all-star team is based on how well you do in Las Vegas, and it's just basically towards the end of the event. Now that the event is over, they give you this recognition award, I guess.
Well, that's nice to get too.
Yes. So there was actually yes, I kind of knew that I got on there because of based on my words. And I did get an email from the head office, VNEA head offices in Henderson, Nevada. That's their headquarters.
At 3 Putt Golf Co., we design everything from the bottom up, so each piece is uniquely ours. We create golf apparel that looks good and moves with you. We are a Canadian company based in Saskatchewan. Check out the full collection at 3puttgolfco.ca or visit our social media under 3Putt Golf Co. And remember, 3 putts build character.
Well, you've achieved so much, Sharon. And one thing about pool and getting people interested is it's not something that has to be incredibly costly. You don't have to buy a whole bunch of equipment. And I was going to talk about the cues that you use. Do you find that you have to get special cues for what you're doing, or do you just grab any old pool cue and use it?
So I do have special cues. You need what you need is one cue to break with, and I do have a breaker, and that's separate from your shooting cue. So my breaker is probably worth about maybe $500.
Wow.
But
Okay.
yeah, my playing cue, these are very high quality cues, right? And these past few years, I've noticed there was from the wood shaft, it's been changed to carbon fiber.
Okay.
They've been changing it to that, and it works so well. My shooter is probably worth about $1,500.
Holy smokes. Okay.
Yeah, and it's very if you want to play really good pool and excel at what you excel in that sport, there's so much you need to buy really good equipment.
Mhm.
Like even the tips of your cue,
Yeah.
those tips you have to replace them probably every year or
Okay.
when they wear out. And those tips are not cheap either. When you replace a tip and get it professionally put in there, it costs you like $25 to $50 for
Okay.
to change a tip. So
Yeah.
it's yeah, it's not yeah, it's and you get to buy and you buy all the accessories that go with it. You get your cue bag, your glove, and all the little things to take care of your cues, right?
Yeah. And Sharon, when you're going into a game, and I know that a lot of athletes talk about how they need to be by themselves before they go play. They need to really get focused. What do you do to mentally prepare for your pool, for the matches or the tournaments that you're in, especially the ones in Vegas?
Okay. For myself, I am heading to Calgary this weekend for a really big tournament, and this tournament is very it holds dear to my heart because it's a memorial tournament. So there was a young fellow excelled in pool. His whole family are pool players too.
Mhm.
So they've been honoring their loved one. It's called the Capo Moses Capo Memorial Tournament.
Okay.
They've held it in Moose Jaw for the past 3 years. This is their fourth and final year. As Native people, Indigenous, our protocols are when we do some kind of memorial event, we do it 4 times.
Okay.
So we do it consecutively 4 times, and then this will be their final year. So because I won this 2 years ago, they're inviting all the previous champions to go and play. So it's wonderful that they're honoring us as past champions to
Mhm.
come in and play, and they paid for my entry fee, and I'm getting my room paid as well in Calgary over the weekend. So I'm really looking forward to that. And so what was the question
We're
again?
just mentally preparing
Oh,
for
yes.
these games. Yeah. Do you have to
So
do a lot, or are you just good with just going in and playing the game?
I do prepare. When I get to a match, I like to shoot the balls and just randomly shoot them for a good 15 minutes, I guess. And then if I am matched up with one of my friends, I don't talk to them a lot. I'm there to really focus, and I wanna beat her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're not friends, right?
No
So
friends
yeah,
in pool.
no friends in pool, I guess. So it's and all these years, I've acquired a lot of they call it a pool family, right? And then I know a lot of people, a lot of great pool players, where we all support each other. And whenever we know there's a match going on, people will go and sit there and cheer for their favorites, right? Which team and all that. It's wonderful.
Now,
So there was
so go ahead, Sharon.
okay. I think for myself it's this mental aspect of it, because there's so much going into, you got to have the best break. You can't be scratching, right? Once you scratch, that you pretty much like are giving up the whole game, because that's how good the women are.
Wow.
They're amazing to play with competitively and personally. Yes.
I know you talk about the competitiveness, Sharon, of this, but you must have some really great stories from all the time that you've been playing pool. Are there any moments that really stand out that, something really fun happened, or there was a really great moment for you in all this time that you've played? Is there one that kind of stands out?
I think 2 years ago, Onion Lake, I comprised the team for Onion Lake, and it was a First Nations event in Cold Lake. Indigenous village, they host a tournament out there every year. So that moment of having my own Onion Lake First Nation ladies team, and so there was two other ladies that were on my team from Onion Lake, and we picked up what is that thing when you hire somebody, an import? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So we hired an import from Edmonton, and she's one of my dear friends, and she's an amazing pool player.
Mhm.
So we kind of hired her as an import for our team, because I knew that she is so capable of running racks, and she's a great person, great personality. Her name's Shannon Lindholm, and so we've been playing pool together for several years now. Me and Shannon, we comprise our own teams for Vegas and going into a big tournament. So me and her, we always choose who we get on our team, right? And so that was probably the most significant and proudful moment, is having Onion Lake win that whole event in Cold Lake, and this was 2 years ago.
That's amazing, Sharon. You've done so well in pool. Are you looking for people to sponsor you at all? Do you need, some people to jump on board, or do you have that part covered?
I get my support from Onion Lake Recreation and my community.
Okay.
And yes, basically, I do my own fundraising if I have to. But I've been just doing all my tournaments, like even going into Calgary this weekend. I just fund it on my own. I work, and so
Yeah.
I do that on my own. Yes.
What would you say, Sharon?
It would be nice for sponsor, right?
Yeah, maybe a big pool Q company or somebody will step up and
Yeah.
sponsor you that way. Sharon, what was the biggest tip that you've ever been given to help you in the game, and that you took from somebody saying, hey, you should hold your cue this way or do this? What was the biggest tip that you received that helped you become a better pool player?
I would say, and I always say this to other people, right? Like even my own teammates, I'll say this to them. Like if we're playing, and then I'll be like kindly like, and I've been told this all the time too, is that you always have to stay down on your shots. That's the most important part, because a lot of people would just kind of like shoot and then kind of like jump up a little bit. You just have to stay down, and once that ball goes down, that's when you can kind of slowly get up. So that's very important, and I always believe that is important. It's staying down and keeping focus, and even if you think that you have a percentage that you may miss,
Yeah.
you just kind of have to just get up again and chalk up, and you need to take your time because every ball counts. And especially when you're playing in a team event, every one ball is 1 point, and the 8 ball, your last ball, is 3 points. So it's all a point system, and that's how you can beat teams. Yeah.
Okay, Sharon, excuse me. I want to ask a little bit about when you are playing in these tournaments, specifically when you go down to Vegas. How proud does it make you to represent Onion Lake Cree Nation and to represent the Indigenous community as you are playing in these tournaments?
I'm very proud to be from Onion Lake. In general, speaking to, right? I just love my community. I have so many fans, I have friends and my family, and I give them updates because I'm there for like 10 days.
Yeah, it's a long time.
Yeah, 12 days probably, including the traveling, but I always give everybody updates, and I always send them pictures. I also have a tripod, so I do some live streams of our
Oh,
matches. Yeah, so I do that as well. So in Onion Lake, we do have this billboard, and it has all first place champions. My name is on that for two years ago for winning Miss Charlie that I just showed you. My name is on there, and so winning the 9 ball again, but in the classics. I've got to also let them know that I won that, so they'll most likely will probably doing some engraving.
yeah.
Yeah, so they'll probably put my name on there. I'm especially proud that they added my name on there. There's a lot of champions in Onion Lake
Mm-hmm.
with hockey and baseball, whatnot, right? So
Yeah.
yeah.
Nice to have your name up there too.
Yes.
Sharon,
Yes,
what motivates you to keep playing? And do you see an end where you might just call it quits, or is this something that you're doing for as long as you possibly can?
I'm going to do this as long as I can. My main focus right now is trying to get a building in Onion Lake where eventually I want to be able to run it. I want to be able to bring in leagues. Most importantly, I want to get the kids to come and play. What I really miss is seeing. We don't have a pool hall under our community, and we should have one. And what I miss is seeing the old guys. I would love to get a snooker table in there for them, just for them, just to come out, right? Because they really don't have a place to go, right? They'll go sit at the restaurants probably for coffee, but it would be so amazing if we can have something like that for the elderly gentlemen that we have in the community. And there is so much talent in Onion Lake.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of good pool players, a lot of younger ones that are coming up and wanting that experience of probably wanting to go to Vegas. Like for me, my first time ever there, I didn't realize that you can go to Vegas. I always thought it was like a professional thing, but no, you're as an amateur, you can go there, pick up a pool cue and start playing in leagues, and you can get there.
And what needs to happen, Sharon, before the building can exist in Onion Lake? Is it fundraisers? Is it dealing with chief and council to get it sorted? Or what needs to happen for that building to exist in Onion Lake?
So I believe that the chief and council have already been considering acquiring a building such as that. I have bigger dreams. I have bigger focus, right? Because I've been to so many pool halls across Canada, and I kind of know what it needs and the space that we need to host something like that, to hold tournaments, and that's my focus. Is I want to promote it as such, so where I can be able to manage it and bring in all the get people to come out. I know a lot of people are, kids are at home playing with their games and whatnot. And I want them to come out and play pool.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it's worked out really well for you, Sharon. So before I let you go, just one more question. If there are people, no matter the age, you've got young people, if you've got, people who are in their 40s or 50s, and they think, hey, yeah, I listened to Sharon and I really think that this is maybe something that I can get into. What advice do you give to people who are just getting into pool now and trying to maybe aspire to get where you have ended up?
Um, so at work here, there are some coworkers that are interested in playing league. So
Hmm.
um, I'm encouraging for them to form a team. Even if you feel like there's no team there that's available, I told them I can help you get on a team. So uh, the next uh, the next session would be sometime in September, October, and there will be registration, of course, right? And it's membership. You have to pay for a membership to be in the VNEA league.
Okay.
There's two leagues in Lloydminster, which is you can play in the BCA league, and they have that tournament, that big tournament, another Worlds. It's another Worlds tournament, amateur, of course, and they have it in February. And then this one in VNEA is sanctioned through Edmonton. So this is the one that I usually play in. Majority of the time, I'm in the VNEA member. So we play for the whole winter session, and I've already spoken. I have spoken to people, pool players that are interested in playing, and I said, well, just let me know, and I could hook you up with other people that may be needing spare players, or and just go from there. Yes.
Well, Sharon, I have to say, you have just done amazing things in the world of pool. Congratulations on your
Thank you.
latest win. And I know that obviously we're going to be talking to you in the future when you win again, because it just seems
Yeah.
like you are just awesome at this. So thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today. I really,
Yeah.
really appreciate it. And good luck with the next tournaments that you're in.
Thank you very much, and I'm really I hope that this reaches to a lot of people that want to play, right? And there is what I encourage people to go to the sticks. So go talk to the manager there, and just just start inquiring about which league they want to play, and go from there. I'm sure they could help. The establishment can help players to where they can fit in and just start playing. There's so much opportunity there, because they
Mhm.
have during the week they have like a ladies' night and a men's
Okay.
night, and they have many tournaments on weekends too. So even though you're just starting off, the best how you can get better is playing against the best players.
Right.
Yes, and that's how I started, and I just kept losing against these best players. I didn't mind, because after we finish the match, they'll be like, you know what, Sharon, you should have done this, and I'm like, it's all a learning experience,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah,
And
that's a great way to think about it too, right? Because yeah, if you're playing against the people who are the best, then they're going to raise your game as well. So it makes total
yeah,
sense.
yeah,
So the bottom line is wherever you're listening from, check out your local pool hall.
yes, exactly.
Thank you so much, Sharon. I really appreciate chatting with you today.
Thank you very much.
Unexpected Journeys is produced and hosted by me, Stacey Comer. Executive producer is Sean Lannon. Podcast and host representation is Lemon Entertainment. Thank you to our episode sponsor, 3Putt Golf Co. You can find us on all social media and podcast sites under the name Unexpected Journeys. Please like and subscribe wherever you're listening to us. We appreciate any and all feedback, and if you are interested in being a guest on the Unexpected Journeys podcast, you can email us at unexpectedjourneyspod@gmail.com. For sponsorship inquiries, send a message to jessica@lemonent.com. That's lemon with 2 M's. Thank you so much for listening.